Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to On the Break. We got a good one coming to you. Hey, man, these playoffs has been great. I think it's been the best playoffs in NBA history, and I've certainly enjoyed it. Tonight, we had the Phoenix Suns playing the Denver Nuggets in Game 2 of the Western Conference semis, and this game was really good. I really enjoyed watching it, even though it seemed like nobody could get it going other than Devin Booker and Nikola Jokic. Kevin Durant did get it going towards the end of the game, but for the most part, he was kind of struggling throughout the game. Uh, Jamal Murray struggled a lot throughout the game after having that big game one. But for the most part, I think Nikola Jokic was a big point for me. I think he just stepped up and had a amazing game, 39 points, 16 rebounds, really willing his team to win that game tonight. And I think you have to give a big shout out to KCP for the Denver Nuggets. He really stepped up, knocked down some big shots, had some great defensive plays. And I think you see what he brings to the table. He was a big part of that Lakers championship a few years ago when they were in the bubble. And he's just showing his value to the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon had a good game as well. I believe he was the second leading scorer on the Denver Nuggets. He only shot 8 times, but he hit 5 of them. He had a really big game one, so maybe I guess you can say it's maybe a little drop off, but I think he did very well. He did only have one rebound, but other than that, I think he played very well. Um, the big key for me, especially for the Phoenix Suns, is finding offense other than Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I think that's something that a lot of people have been talking about. DeAndre Ayton, he had 14. So I think that's somewhere where the Phoenix Suns, Monty Williams, Kevin, Devin, they have to figure out a way to include him a little more. But they heavily rely on Kevin Durant and Devin Booker to score. I have been on record in one of our videos talking about the Phoenix Suns before the playoffs, saying I did not think that their depth was that bad. I thought that they actually had some nice pieces, but they just haven't figured out how to get those pieces going coming off the bench or other than Kevin and Devin for the most part over the course of the playoffs. They just have not really shown up much. Craig had a good few games shooting the basketball against the Clippers, but hasn't really been the same here in the Denver series. But I think another big point is the Chris Paul injury. It looks like he had a growing injury, going up for a rebound, and you just feel bad for him because he's always had these type of things happen to him in these sort of situations, um, and you just feel bad for him because it just seems like every single year there's something that happens around this time of the year for him um, as they are trying to make a title run and win a championship. But so that is a big piece that we have to pay attention to. Is he going to be able to play game three? And what's his status moving forward? Because I think that is going to change the dynamic of the team. Cameron Payne is back playing, so he will be able to handle the ball and get the Phoenix Suns in their offense. In the absence of Chris Paul, if he is not able to go, but I think Chris Paul is going to be a very pivotal player if he can't play. I think he is able to help with this scoring other than Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I think he is a great option to have, especially late in games. I think even tonight, there was a stretch where he hit like three straight mid ranges, or he was gotten to the lane, made plays for his teammates, and he's really the orchestrator of the offense. He gets people the ball when they need it. Um, Especially, I think that's going back to DeAndre Ayton, get him more involved. I think Chris Paul does a great job of trying to manage all that and making sure everybody gets their shot. And when it's time for him to score, he goes to that patented fadeaway mid range and knocks it down. So I think that's a big point, especially with a team that has struggled with depth over the course of the playoffs. And I think that is a big pivotal point that we should be looking for over the course of this series, if he can go or if he is not going to be able to go. But yeah, moving forward, it was really Devin Booker and Nikola Jokic really kind of going back and forth, and both guys really trying to will their teams to victories. Both had really big nights. Devin Booker had 35. Nikola Jokic had 39. But again, I think the biggest thing, especially in game one, the Denver Nuggets, their other guys were just on point and really contributing offensively and defensively. They were really good. One thing that was really impressive to me about the Denver Nuggets is their defense, their rotations, their ability to help on drives and get back and get out to shooters. It's just really good, and they actually look like a title to contender. I know a lot of people were not very big believers in them going into the playoffs, but I think that they're just showing why they got the number one seed, first of all, and then why they should be legit title contenders, because defensively they are really good and really doing very well on that end of the floor. But offensively, even though they did struggle shooting the basketball, in particular Jamal Murray, in particular Michael Porter Jr., you have other people like KCP, who comes in, knocks shots down. He hit all four of his threes, went 5 for 6 from the field overall. Gordon, again, like I said, went 5 for 8. Uh, Other than that, nobody else really shot great, but they hit baskets when they needed it. They made plays when they needed it. Made the right decisions going down the line over the course of the game. And Nikola Jokic just took them there and carried that load of the offense. One difference I did see on the offensive end for the Nuggets, especially early on, it seemed like they were really trying to post up Jokic and get Jokic inserted into the game early and really get him going. In the first game of the series, I saw more dribble handoffs, back screens, down screens, trying to get everybody involved. So that may have kind of been a contributor to why not everybody didn't have as good of a game as they did game one. But I think when you do have a superstar like that, you do want to get him involved early. And Jokic is the kind of guy that if he's gonna look for his teammates, he's gonna try and pass the ball, especially if he sees you open. But that is one thing I saw this game and game two that was a little bit different. It was trying to get Jokic going early and then try and get everybody else going, versus game one when it was just movement off the ball, a lot of dribble handoffs with Jokic, allowing Jokic to play make and get guys involved and go and get guys going that way. So that's something interesting to look forward to down the line. I would expect that, especially going on the road, they're going to try and get Jokic going early, and then get everybody else involved. But we'll see, especially going on the road to Phoenix. But yeah, we're going back to Phoenix, down, or Phoenix is going back home down 0-2. And I think that they're going to come out swinging. I think Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are going to really lock in and try and will this Suns team to a victory. Uh, I think DeAndre Ayton is going to try and have a big game against Jokic. I think Ayton has done a good job on Jokic in terms of trying to make it as tough as possible, trying to be physical, trying not to allow Jokic just to get easy baskets. And I think he did that very early on in this game. It's just that Jokic just continued to go at him and kind of I wouldn't say wear him down, but just over the course of the game, Jokic just kept taking it to him, and if Jokic is just that good, he's just that good. But DeAndre Ayton did do a really good job of guarding him, making it physical, making it as tough as possible. But I think DeAndre is going to try and come out and do a lot of the same things, but just try and take it up a notch and really help the Phoenix Suns get this game 3 back at home. But yeah, so big takeaways again. How well can the Denver Nuggets other guys shoot? Even though I think that they're going to contribute defensively very well, how well can they do offensively? Because having shooting nights like that going into Phoenix, that can come back and bite you in the butt if you are not knocking down key shots and key pivotal moments. Looking at Nikola Jokic, are they going to try and get him going early, or are they going to try and move off the ball and have really good ball movement early? But I think the biggest key is that Denver is just deeper than the Phoenix Suns, and it's showing. Their guys just come up in big moments a lot more than the Phoenix Suns guys, and it's going to take some big games from Devin Booker and Kevin Durant to overcome that. I think DeAndre Ayton is another guy that has to come up big to help the Phoenix Suns win, but also looking into the Chris Paul situation. Is he going to be able to go with that growing injury? So those are my biggest takeaways. It is a 2-0 series right now in the favor of Denver, but anything can happen. It's going back to Phoenix. See if Phoenix can get this game 3, but if not, it's going to be tough sledding the rest of the way.